through. Okay, I'm going to overextend this line, but I do want to set up a relationship here so I know roughly the height of this. Okay, so dimension, I'm gonna pick this point, come on, work, there we go. So now we have a dimension. I can actually measure the tab. These are some of my favorite shades. They're G-star shades. So this is about 18. So I'm just gonna go with 17. Let's just see what that looks like. 17, boom. Okay, and just place this where I want it to be. I probably should actually extend this line as well, now that I think about it. So let me go ahead and do that, because we're gonna cut this shape out. Okay, that's the whole plan. At least that's my plan. All right, so I'm gonna cut this shape out of this this sweep here. So let's do a, let's hide this guy. And now I want to, and we'll hide this as well, hide the lens. Actually, I'll just hide some of this stuff. All right, there we go. And name this while we're at it. So here's our lens. This is not SolidWorks. This is Fusion 360. All right. So now I'm gonna hit trim, surface, modify, trim, and I'm going to trim with my sketch here. Okay, so anything I select, it's gonna get rid of. Boom, so I got rid of that. Now I can turn back on the lens, and let's see, is this my frame? That's not it. We're gonna play that game of guess what part is what, because I'm terrible at organizing things. Absolutely terrible. I'll try and name these though, now that we're getting a little further in the model. It'll be a little easier for me to see what's it. Did I delete that body? Because I literally cannot find it right now. It's not that. I feel like I'm losing my, oh, why is this one called pin? That should not be called pin. This should be called frame. And then this body right here, which one's that? Body 35. Okay, that's pin. All right, boom. So now I'm not as confused. All right, so there's our arm, there's our pin, there's our lens, and we have this new surface that I created. So, and it's an over, what do you call it? An overbuild. So now I can pick that surface and under solid, create thicken. Okay, it's gonna try and go surface normal and thicken this up. So the next thing I want to do is measure. Okay, how thick is this? You know, this one's about 3.5. This one about 3.5 as well. So let's just go with 3.5. Do negative so it goes in the right direction I want. And we'll hit join. Why is this not working? It's not creative. All right, maybe I'm limited to 3 here. There are other ways to do this, so okay, let's try again. So thicken, -2. Why is it not letting me do that? Changing the inputs. Okay, let's start from scratch. I noticed you had the frame highlighted when David caught it, but I was not paying attention. All right, so let's try this one more time. If this doesn't work, I probably have to stitch those 2 surfaces, then trim. Actually, let me just go ahead and do that because I'm pretty sure that's what's happening right now. So I'll do another, or I wonder if I can, let's turn on my surface here and turn off the frame. And let's edit this feature. And I want to trim away the rest of this. Hit OK. Okay, so edit feature. Let's pick the rest, which should leave a tiny piece. It's not doing it for me. So let's try another trim operation here. This is a MacBook Pro, yes. This is the 15-inch. I bought it right before they released the, I was so mad. Right before they released the new ones, I bought this one. So, okay, let me just take a look here. Okay, so what I need to do is trim off the rest of this surface shape. So let's go surface, trim, and I'm going to pick my sketch. And now let's trim away the rest of this and see if we can get it to work or crash my program, one of the two. All right, so now I have this little piece. I don't even care about this piece that's left over. Right, that's a separate deal. So now let's pick these two and I'm going to stitch these together. So stitch, hit OK. Why is this not working? Result is invalid. All right, all right. Let's go back. Sometimes with 3D you kind of have to go back and forth unless you're like, I think 3D is a lot like sketching sometimes where, did I pick? Oh, okay. All right, so let's hide that guy. Hide that guy. Yeah, sometimes 3D is a lot like sketching where you're kind of just, you know, exploring and trying things out, seeing what works. And then when you find when something works, it's like, yes, this is awesome. Because I swear the thicken was working before. It's weird. Solid, create, thicken. Pick this guy. Selected faces cannot be offset. Oh, why does it have -56? So weird. It has two faces selected. All right, so pick that one, create, thicken. There we go. Whew, man. Okay, now it's messing with me again. I think it only wants to do like 1 millimeter, which is nothing. Probably has to do with the triangular edge here. Maybe. Let's see if we can modify the sketch and see if that helps. Thanks for hanging with me. This is Sketch-A-Day, CAD-A-Day Live, whatever you want to call it. Let's pull this in and make it 14 or something. And I'll pull this up, pull this guy up here as well. Play with this radius, I think. How would I play with that radius? Okay, let's see if this works. So I'm gonna hit OK, and then try and thicken this up. So thicken, it's not working. Let's see. What's the best way to do this? I mean, I could do 2 offset planes and cut something that is thick. What do you call it? All right, let's just build it. Let's just build it. So create offset. I wonder if it's gonna give me the same. See, it's not. It doesn't even care. It's giving me an offset there, which is fine. And then if I want to, I could. Let's hide this guy. So I'm gonna hide this frame. Naming articles in your model definitely helps promote clarity in future review. Yeah, I know. I know. When I'm working in production stuff with clients and when I'm at a company, I actually try to be very careful about naming things because yeah, this should work. I'm just doing some lofts here. Because yeah, you never know who's gonna open your file. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, see, that's interesting. But Fusion's figuring it out. All right. I'm not gonna ask any questions. I'm just gonna accept it. And go, all right, cool, Fusion. You got me, I got you. Oops, I don't need to stitch. I want to do another loft. But yeah, if you're working on a presentation or anything like that, you definitely want to make sure that whoever is looking at it can understand what you're doing later on, for sure. Okay, let's stitch. I wonder if it's gonna give me a solid. I'm not sure. This is where I'm not sure. This is something I would typically do in SolidWorks, so I'm hoping this works. Okay, so it's gonna stitch these all together. If it doesn't work, there's a new body. Okay, yeah, let's do new body. Warning. What's the warning? Stitch body is invalid. Didn't give me a body. Ugh, so frustrating. Okay, so I don't know what this is then, because it's just there. All right, let's start at the very beginning. Sometimes I like to start fresh. So let's turn this guy on. What do you model, David? I'm curious. Are you doing product modeling? What's your dealio? I could do a sweep and then trim the sweep. So there's also that. And just work in a solid way. So let's do that. So I'll turn this off. Oops, wrong one. Turn this guy off. If you're watching on a YouTube, I think this is gonna wrap up in about 2 to 4 minutes. So my apologies. If you do want to catch the rest, head on over to youtube.com/sketchaday.com. Let's hide this guy, and then underneath here, I can. Let me just make sure I'm not being too tripped up here. Okay, the curve needs to go this way. All right. So now I'm going to just sketch in a solid fashion what it is I want. Okay. So let's go curve, straight line, oops, and then this is actually good because if I want there to be some taper to the whole thing, I can certainly do that. So curve like that. I don't even need to make the line construction, but it's just habit. I'm gonna make that line construction. This one's not. So now I should be able to sweep along the frame when I turn that on, right there. All right, so now I should be able to, fingers crossed. Actually, just to be on the safe side, let's actually, well, now let's just see what happens. Okay, solid, create, sweep. I'm gonna pick this profile and my path. I'm gonna pick this edge. It's not letting me do that. How would I do that now? See, that's where I'm a little bit like, huh? Because it wasn't letting me do that the other day. I thought I could do it here. So create, oh wait, finish sketch, create, sweep. If this doesn't work, I have one more idea that I'm gonna try, and we'll see. Yeah, it's not letting me pick the, oh, it said something. I don't want to cut, I want to join. Okay, then join, cut, intersect. All right, that's not working. Okay, let's try my other idea. All right. Because I found as well that when I use different programs or if I'm working on a different design, it's like, I don't know, it takes you a couple builds. Takes you a couple builds to get to a place where you feel super comfortable. Let's see. Just like last time, I have to upload this to Instagram. So give me just a sec, guys. Live CAD modeling, Fusion 360. Meanwhile, let me know how you're doing, how your day's going. Like I said, I have some stuff on the printer. I'm really excited. I just ordered a new 3D printer as well. It's a Prusa i3 Mark III, I think. James says, try Revolve instead. You know, that's a good idea. Because I could pick that axis. You know, you're right. You're so right, James. Thank you. So let me bring my sketch back. I'll just undo. And then let's try and do the Revolve. Because I had that axis. I went through that trouble of creating the axis. So let's see if that works. Boom. And it's off. Why is it off? Actually, let me clear this. I'm going to clear this axis and use the frame, not the lens. Okay, let's try one more time here. Should work. Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Okay, give me just a sec. I'll figure it out. I just need to get this post up. 3D. Dang. All right. Boom. So let me just get this post up, which I just did, and let's see what we can do here. Yeah, it's weird. I think it's because so to get the frame, it was certainly an extrusion, but then there, if you go back in the history, there's actually a plane that's defining this whole thing. So what I need to do is be able to pull this curve in. If I can't do that, let's hide this guy. Why does it keep doing that? I need to hide the bridge. Let's name this the bridge. Okay, bridge. Nope, not that. Bridge. Okay, so let's hide the bridge. What was my first impression when using Fusion compared to SolidWorks? I was really confused because it's so like it'll just pick up shapes like that, and I'm like, whoa, hey, chill, dude. I didn't tell you to pick up that shape, but it tries to make inferences based on what you're doing. Like it tries to be really smart, and I do appreciate that. But there's some things I don't necessarily get, like. So if I want to create a sketch, right, it's asking me where do I want to put it, and I could do 3D sketch, but I don't, in SolidWorks I was able to create a 3D sketch or pull curves and do all this other stuff. So I think what I may have to do here, guys, is I may have to actually split the frame. Okay, so like on the draw, create sketch on this plane. All these sketches are junk, so I'll have to get rid of those. But if I create a sketch on this plane, yep. Now I can just pick the height, right, that I want to split this thing. And since I don't want to split all the way through the model, I'm going to try and just draw a surface like this, rectangle. Pick this profile. It's going to give me a surface like so. Hit OK, and now I can hit split. Under solid, split, and I'm going to split this body. I don't want to extend the splitting tool, and I'm going to pick this guy. Hit OK. Why is it throwing me an error? This is crazy. No intersection between target and split tool. Of course there is, right there. Frustrating. All right. Split body. Splitting tools. Let's clear that. Oh, my bad. Okay. You can't, sometimes you have to pick from the feature tree. Okay. That's another thing I've discovered. So body to split, I'm going to pick the frame. So now it picks the whole thing, and the splitting tool, right? I need to pick my extrude, which for some reason is not show. Oh, there it is. Pick this extrude, and if I hit OK, it should work. Yeah. So now it works. So just a little watch out there. Someone asked how long it took to learn Fusion. It took a few months. I started using back in, when did I start using this? I started using back in September when I left my job. In fact, I was trying to get them to use it. We were about to do a training with some of the Autodesk peeps, and then we parted ways, I'll just say that. And yeah, here I am doing my thing. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to overdraw this sketch, okay? And the reason for that is this back surface here is a little curved and weird. So let's edit the sketch. Okay, top profile. Give me my view. Sometimes you have to zoom out to get where you are. Okay. So instead of construction line, let's switch this over. And I just need there to be an intersection. I'm not constraining this one. We're just going to put a couple points in here, just like this, just so there is some meat if you will, to the operation I'm about to do. And so now I should be able to go, all right, let's create a sweep. So solid, create sweep. I can pick these two areas. So Fusion will combine whatever areas you select, okay? And now my path, if it works, please work. Why is this not, oh. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay, and now I see. So I need to drag this sketch to after my split. Boom. So now I should be able to. So if you're working with feature trees, okay, you want to make sure that what you're doing is related to what was before. And if what was before is what you're editing, it's not going to work out for you. So I was quickly reminded of that, guys. All right. So sweep, boom, and boom. And then I should be able to pick this path. Yes, we got it right there. And I want to do, I'm not going to do a join yet. So we'll do a new body. Hit OK. All right. Woo! So there's my nose tab. Right, it's a little bit curved from the top. You can see it should be all tangent looking, assuming my sketch was created well. But again, not a huge deal because they're going to tumble this in abrasive material. Okay, so you do Revit. I've never used Revit and Navisworks. That's interesting. So let's create a sketch and we'll do this plane here. Zoom out. All right. So now I want to create the shape of this tab. Okay. And let's do a straight line out. And then I want a curve. And then I want a straight line. Because I'm weird like that, and I like pure geometry as much as possible when I design products for myself. All right, so I'm gonna pick this point, this line, and let's do coincidence, so it should snap into place. So I can play with the shape now. Okay, should be able to play with this. These two need to be tangent though, so let's make sure those are tangent. So now I should be able to play with the shape of this. If I wanted to constrain it, like I did before, let's pick these 2 points. Oh, that's an angle. I don't want that. So let's pick this point, clear this out, dimension from the tangency point to our coincident point, move it up, and I'm going to do 5. All right. Now here, I need to make sure that this is also coincident or close enough. We'll settle for close enough, guys, because this is stressing me out. So we'll settle for close enough today. I can hit finish sketch. Well, sketch isn't finished. I need one more line here. All right, one more line. Because I'm overbuilding. Boom. All right, so now I have a closed profile, so I can do, let's see. I'm gonna have to do a split. So solid, split body, using this sketch. So I'm gonna split this body using this sketch. Hit OK. I can turn off this junk or delete it. And now there's a command here, combine, so I can pick these 3 and hit join. And now it should make them into one shape. It's kind of messy. There's a weird thing there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. That's also weird. Let me think on that one. That might just be based on my extrusion. So let's modify that guy. All right, I'm just going to modify this. Alright, and I need to pull this up, so I'm just going to pull on this line, and now I can kind of adjust, you know, where that cut happens, finish the sketch, and we should have a cleaner intersection point right there. Yeah, we got a clean point. So if I want to finish this off, I can add a fillet, for example, just to finish off that transition. Hit OK, and now we can get back to business. Alright, so let's turn the bridge on. You can see that there, and I'm not sure if I deleted my mirror. I think I may have deleted. Nope, it's right there. So let's test our mirror out. Okay, there you can see the other half of the glasses. I'm going to edit this to include some other bodies. So let's include the lens. Actually, let's just deselect everything. So let's just repick what we want to mirror. Why is this not working? Surfaces are off. Let's move these to a group of just junk. I'll clean it up later. AutoCAD Master. Yeah, I haven't really dabbled in AutoCAD much. So let's see. Let's edit this mirror because I want to get the lens to mirror as well. All right, so that's what I'm trying to do. Mirror plane, 5 bodies. It's not letting me pick my lens for some reason. All right, so let's pick lens. Let's pick the pin. Yeah, it's not letting me pick the pin. Let's try a fresh command and see if that works. So create mirror, or we might have to do it in separate. Sometimes programs are just, you know, really picky. Create mirror, and I want to mirror this body, the pin, bridge, and the lens. So all this stuff I want to mirror across this plane. Hit OK. Boom. There we go. And now I can start to combine things like here, combining the bridge. All right, just like that. And that's really just the only part that needs to be combined. So everything else on this feature tree I can kind of delete. Just like that. And there, oops, I forgot to mirror one more thing. One more thing. Let's see if it'll let me do it now. Okay, so pin. Yeah, I think for some reason I have to like give it a fresh command. So let's make sure we pick everything here. So create mirror, and now I can pick my pin, the arm, frame end, the lens, and bridge. And we're gonna mirror across, what's this? I think this is the YZ. Hit OK. And now I will combine the bridge into one piece. Boom. All right. Whew. What an adventure, but I still forgot to add my fillet. That's okay. We can add that back here before the mirror. Okay, so the mirror and the combiner are the important ones. As long as I don't add any new bodies, I should be okay. You know, I can even come in and fillet right here, which I don't think made it. So let's fillet this. We'll go 5 maybe. Yep. Now I should be able to pick, let's see. I don't really want the fillet running into that edge necessarily. Hold Control Command to modify selection. Oh. Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you, James. Always learning, always open to things. I'm so used to SolidWorks now, though, that this has been good in some ways and frustrating in other ways. So I appreciate you guys chiming in when you have. What the what? Okay, now it's working. Cool. But I think this is gonna run, yeah, it's trying to run the fillet all the way up my frame end here. So what I'd probably need to do is do another split and that, or I don't know if there's a way. Oh, it does have tangent chain, cool. So I've just deselected tangent chain now. I'm gonna clear this, and actually I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Well, let's see here, 0.5. And now for my new set, I can pick deselect tangent chain and just pick what I want to be filleted. Nope. It's saying no way, guys, no way. Yeah, it probably needs more work, but I'm gonna leave it as is for now. Okay, let's ignore the backside. Let's ignore the backside and move forward, because I do want to show you a couple cool things you can do in Fusion. So let's say, and I hope I don't break this, so I'm gonna save it here again. But let's say I wanted to machine just the lens port. So I can, let's see, let's pick, let me go to manufacture. Okay, so that's gonna be the setup we're gonna create. And I don't know a ton about this, I'm just learning. So there's probably a lot of things that I'm gonna struggle with here, but I wanna create a new setup is what it's called. So I click that folder and it's going to create a volume around the entire model, okay? And it's picking this entire model, but I could select specific bodies, I think. Let's see, so if I just wanted to do the frame, for example, I guess the frame's not one piece, so let's see, orientation, model orientation, machine. Let's just pick some standard CNC, like a Haas. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that. So let's select that, select a machine. Actually, let's see what we can do with this. We'll just create a simulation, assuming it's going to cut the entire glasses out of one part. So I picked my milling operation, which basically means taking a router bit or end mill, and it's going to subtract material from this. For the orientation, I have options. I can pick a z-axis plane, an x-axis. This is what I've been working with so far. And again, I've just been to one webinar. So my apologies if I'm completely bungling this. I should probably do a follow-up, and I can have one of the Autodesk guys help me out. So for the origin, I can do stock box point, which basically this yellow stuff around it is, okay, imagine if this were solid plastic or something. It's gonna try and pick through. For the model, it says nothing here, but I need to go in and pick something. So let's pick, let's say I wanted to machine this part, okay? And I wanted to machine this part and not the lens. Okay, that arm. Let's just say for argument's sake, okay? So for the z-axis, that looks good. X-axis, let's see. I can just pick this line, and then I need to, for the origin, I can select a point. So like right here. So this basically means this is where the CNC machine is going to start cutting, okay? Why did I flip the x-axis? All right, let's just pick this for this corner for argument's sake. Hit OK. So now I have a setup. So the next thing I can do is I can add operations. So if I'm milling something, I can do something called a 3D adaptive clearing. So I'm going to click on that, and I need to pick a tool. So I'm going to pick an end mill, and I can search for different tools here. So let's see if there's a 5mm. Actually, I need to add a tool. So hit add. It's going to give me some options. I could enter this manually, and I think there's a way here. To do that. So let's look for 3D profile. Okay. Why is this not working? I'm supposed to be able to pick a tool here. Let's say we just create a tool. So I'll just enter some junk text, and I'm gonna go with a ball end mill, just for argument's sake, and we'll just go with that. All right, so the overall body length, that's about 2 inches, hit OK. So it's gonna be like, oh, do you want coolant, all this stuff. You can enter those settings. You kind of have to know your machine if you're gonna set this up. So just FYI. But once you got it set up, you'll notice that now I have this tool in place, okay? And you can specify what area of the model, how many passes and so forth that you want to create. So let me just make sure, okay, I don't need to do that. Passes, fillet smoothing, feed optimization, stock to leave. We'll just go with the defaults for now. And you'll notice here's some lines that are showing up. So it's trying to calculate now, based on my model, how it's going to cut all of this stuff. So all these lines you're seeing are the passes that this tool is going to make to cut this part of the model out, okay? And if I want to see that, I can go to simulate, all right? Let's turn the stock on so you can kind of see. We can make it transparent. And then once I hit play, you'll see this tool is coming in, and you'll see how, you know, if I were cutting this out of real material, it gives you an idea of what's going to happen. It's pretty cool. Okay, it'll even tell you how long, based on your settings, this is going to take. So this is going to take 24 hours and 26 minutes. Or is it 26 minutes and 26 seconds? I think it's 26 minutes and 26 seconds. My bad. So here we can speed it up. You'll see. I do need to turn off, where is it? Tail. I think there was another setting here I totally forgot about. But again, you can kind of see, here's what's going to happen, right? It's actually cutting it out of plastic vinyl, so that's kind of cool. We can rotate this as it's doing it, so you can see from another side. All right, pretty cool. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. You can also do this with 3D printers if you can manually program your 3D printer. You can set it up for how many steps in each layer, all of that, step over, all this stuff. Okay, so what you end up with here, oh yeah, tail, there we go. So tail actually clears everything out, and what you're seeing here transparent is what the first pass would be. Okay, so if you're machining stuff, and we can get into this another time, but if you're machining stuff, the tool is going to come in, that virtual thing that you saw come in, it's spinning at high speed, it's sloughing off material, it's cutting stuff away, and this is what you're going to be left with if you were doing a milling operation. So now you'd have to do another setup where you rotate this whole thing. You take it, you rotate it, and then the tool comes in another angle, or if you have a machine that can kind of attack this at the right angle, that's what would happen. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get rid of this setup. I don't need to do this cam stuff, so let's go back to design here. And what I wanna do is I wanna export my entire model here as an STL. So let's pick these parts. At least I want to group like the frame and all this together. Let's see, I think if there is no separation, it should be fine. I think we'll be okay. But let me pick these surfaces, because I just want to clean up my feature tree here. All right, let's see if we can create components. Nope. Create selection set. Nope. I want to group these. Can I do edit group? No, I can't. Oh, it's weird. Oh, okay, let's do new group, and then I'll just drag these into the group. That makes sense. Okay, so all this stuff I don't need as a part of my model. I'm just gonna drag into this group and clean things up. Here we are. So once again, just working from our sketch that we initially created. And it's funny because, you know, as much as I wanted to change the design, we kind of ended up back here. I did change the tips here, but the bridge, I think it'll be cool. I like how everything lines up and it's, you know, flowing together. So there's a couple ways to do this. I'm actually just gonna test this and see what I end up with. So we're gonna experiment a little bit. So I don't need the lens. I'm gonna turn that off. Let's turn off this lens as well, because we don't need those since I'm 3D printing. And I just want, okay, this is my right lens, or right frame. So I'll call this right frame. And then, actually, if I'm 3D printing this, I'm not gonna print this in different parts. So I could actually do just a final command here at the end and just combine all of these together, this whole piece. So my frame end piece, frame, and this end piece. It's gonna join it all together. All right, don't mind the color, although that's kind of cool. What I want to do now Okay. So if you click on something in a model and you want to find it in your feature tree, it has a little dotted line underneath it. So it renamed it bridge. It just picked whatever is convenient. So I can right click on this now and go save as STL. All right. You can see STL is a file that your 3D printer or milling machines use. It'll translate stuff into G code, and we can get into weeds on that, but basically a language that the machine will understand. So by picking this and hitting go to STL, and I have it set up so it'll just send it to my 3D printer. So I'm gonna hit OK. All right, I was printing something else there, so it's asking me, do I want to put this on the platform? Yes. An error has occurred. Let's repair the model. Sometimes it just stitches things together. Okay, let me get rid of this stuff. I'll tell you about that project later. All right, so there's my glasses frame. And I'm actually gonna send this to print. I'm gonna send this to print right after the show here. So let's pick this, and my 3D printer is really small. So first thing I need to do is kind of rotate so it'll fit on the platform. So I'm gonna pick this and just rotate it. Okay, so at a diagonal, it's a little cheat to make things fit. I'm gonna make sure the model selected, hit on platform, or I can just move it around wherever I want it to be. I don't think the glasses arms will fit. Maybe on the side. I could try. Let's see if it'll fit. Maybe I can print it all at once. Let's see here. So back to Fusion. Now I'm gonna pick this part, and it is telling me that's body 60, so save as STL, hit OK, and that was the right arm, so you guys remind me if I forget. So there's this part now, and I'm going to, sorry, there's some junk on the screen here. All right, we're back. So now I'm going to rotate this part, and let's do 90 degrees that way, and I want to rotate not the Z, but the Y, like so. And I just have a small cheap printer, guys, so let me undo that. I'm hoping this will fit and work. All right, and now I want to move and set this on my platform. Okay, I might be able to do this. I might be able to do this in one print. Okay, so let's move this guy. Okay, it's telling me that works. So now I can take the other arm here in Fusion, boom, right click, or not right click, which one is this? Let me just make sure. Click, this is body 19, save as STL, hit OK. We're gonna do the same thing. This is my other arm. And I'll return and report and show you guys what's up here once the print is done. But this outline is my 3D printer. It prints about 6 by 6 by 6. It's really small. Let me just save this. And I can hide Fusion. All right, so now let's rotate this guy. Boom, boom, and boom. All right, something like that. And I can move it onto the platform. I'm gonna try and do auto layout and see if that works. So I have this feature, if I go edit, auto layout, it's gonna say how much space do you want, 2 millimeters is fine, hit OK. And there we go. So it put it on the platform for me. And I think this will work. This will be an interesting print. So if you notice, there's some parts that are hovering over the 3D printer's surface. That won't work. So what I have to do is actually go supports. And I have options to do different types of supports, but I'm just gonna hit auto support. It's gonna create these structures, hit OK. Some of these structures it looks like they're falling off. So I can move these parts, I think. Let's go back, no. I'm gonna do some manual layout here. There we go. All right, so now this should fit. Let's go ahead and rotate this guy. So when you have a cheap 3D printer, this is kind of what you have to do. All right. Oh, it's not letting me do it with the support. So let me clear these supports back. No. Yes, let's delete. Oh wait, I think it's under clear supports right there. So I'm just gonna rotate this frame just a little bit because I'm trying to see if I can squeeze everything into the same file, or same print, I should say. One arm up, one arm down. Yeah, that could work. Oh, one arm up and one. Oh, I see what you're saying, David. Thanks. Okay, my bad. That's not what I want, is it? I just want to make sure it fits. Okay, so let's move this down. This is like a game of musical chairs as far as 3D stuff. Okay, thanks for catching that, David. And I can actually move this back a little bit, I think. So sometimes auto layout's good, sometimes not. But now let's do the auto supports and it should be okay. Yeah, so nothing, no collisions to report. It's gonna do this green stuff in like a way that's gonna peel away from the frames. So now I'm gonna go back. It's gonna ask me to save, hit OK. When I hit print, it's gonna ask me what do I want to do here. So I'm gonna pick ABS, which is a material I have. I think I'll do these in black ABS so I get a better sense for what they're gonna look like. So black ABS, I'm gonna do a standard resolution. It's gonna ask me, how much do I want to fill this in, whatever. I'm just gonna go with the defaults for now. Hit OK. It's gonna ask me to save this. I'll save this as Banton Frameworks Shades. Hit save, and now it's calculating everything. Okay, so once it's done calculating, it's telling me, okay, this is gonna take 4 hours and 28 minutes to print all of this stuff. So right around 6 o'clock today, maybe 7, I should have some finished glasses. And like I said, I can return and report, show you guys what's up. I hope this works. I really do. I can't hit print right now because my printer is actually busy. So this little thing right here, it says, oh, I'm 88% done. We're almost there. Keep going. So once that's done and wrapped up, I will come back to you guys and tell you how that went. So hopefully this was informative for you. I'll do some more stuff like this. I'm actually going to be building a studio in my backyard. So I'm happy to show some of that process, maybe build it in VR, maybe do SketchUp a little bit, SketchUp the app, bring that into Fusion. We could do some VR stuff, maybe even 3D print a miniature. Lots of stuff we can do together. So thanks for hanging. I'll be back live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific for sketching. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to email me. If you want to support what I'm doing, Patreon's a great way to do that. You can also make contributions, donations, that kind of thing. I think, do I have my video frame? I do have my video frame up. So all those links are there as well. So yeah, thanks for hanging, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Check out all the new stuff, merch, all that good stuff. I love you. Bye, guys.